Hello everybody and welcome to the Lazy Craig Show. Today I'm going to try and do something different and walk you through the gameplay. As you can see, I've picked Gibraltar. A lot of people don't like Gibraltar because of how big he is due to his hitbox. But I'm personally a big fan of Gibraltar, as I think he's one of the more powerful legends in the game. And his abilities are very useful when used correctly. Now we've landed at Watchtower beneath Repulsor, and the Repulsor is one of my favourite landing places because it has enough loot for 3 people. And I believe that when landing you want to choose a location that has enough loot for everybody. Some people land in places where you've only got like enough loot for 2 people at best, and that just ruins everything for the team early on. Now as you can tell from this footage right now, there is a team here. So we are I'm preparing for combat. I had the 3x scope on the Havoc rifle, but the issue is it's not very good on the Havoc. It goes too far. It's better on sniper rifle. I used to use it on the Spitfire, but I much prefer it on longbow or the G7 now. So as you can see, I managed to kill someone with an alternator. Part of the reason I'm actually using Gibraltar right now is because of I was doing a daily for 750 damage as Gibraltar, and the alternator is because I had to get 5 kills with an SMG. But now we've moved on from the Watchtower, and we've gone to the area beneath. And if you heard that, I said there's someone there. My teammate is communicating with me to tell me that they are on the roof, I believe. He'll be saying that in a minute.
Top of the building?
Yes, he's just told me they're on top of the building, so I throw my ultimate. Because if they are on top of the building, then they need to get off quickly and be on more even ground with us. Because in this game, one of the things is that the enemy who has the high ground has a lot of the advantage. And you will lose your battles more often than not to enemies who have the high ground advantage. So I'm just waiting for the enemy to show themselves now. Unfortunately my teammate's gone down, so I decided to go rescue him because I'm not sure how many there are, but I risk it anyway. Try shooting into the gas so I don't have to go myself. Luckily the arc star hits and I managed to finish him off with the alternator, so that'll be another kill for the alternator when he actually gets killed properly. And my other teammate has gone down as well, so now it's me against possibly 2 other enemies. Luckily he had a white shield, so he went down very quickly. Now here I could hear the enemy coming into the building, so I went and waited. Now they actually had a purple shield, as you can see, so a bit of a tougher battle, but luckily I was behind cover and I had the high ground advantage. I'm not going to loot quite yet. As you can see, the timer for before the ring comes in is less than a minute, so I need to get my team back in quickly so that we're not at a disadvantage. There was a skip then. It was actually because I went and rezzed my friend inside the storm. As you can see, I kind of messed the jump up. We're in a bad position right now because I'm not sure if you can see it on the, I don't think I showed it on the map, but the ring is quite far away, or the circle, sorry, is quite far away. And we're in a bad position because there's not really any kind of short areas we can go. We have to go around everything. So it's a long run, and the ring's hitting hard because this is the 2nd ring, I believe, already. So we're basically having to use as many of our meds as possible just to survive. I don't know why I decided to do this bunny hop method, because it doesn't work as well as it used to. I could have just carried on walking normally, but I had to try anything because I was running out of meds. I think I ended up using about 8 syringes. I think I'm on my last 1 or 2 right now. And the problem is our teammate has just pointed out there's an enemy near. And I've just run out of syringes, so I have to use a med kit. This is actually the point in the game where I thought I was going to die. I didn't think the med kit would heal me in time. As you can see, I got very close to dying. Look, if you can see then, you can see I had very tiny amount of health left. and if the medkit had taken any longer, I would have died right then and there. Luckily, we're right at the edge of the ring now. Our teammates gone down, and they've been finished as well. So now it's a case of healing up and waiting for the enemy. And my other teammates in a fight as well. So I decided to go over and help, but an enemy decides to push me. They've got a white shield, so this should be an easy battle for me. But as you can tell, my accuracy was a bit rubbish. I decided to push with the alternator because I still need to get the alternator kill. And see, I've got the kill. Luckily, that was the final enemy of the team. My teammate said sorry then because he couldn't help me. We managed to res our teammate and get everything sorted. So now we're running again. And this is like the second time we've had to run from the ring. It's a bit annoying when the ring's like this because you have to run around everything. There's no way to go through, and when you're caught on the edge like this, it's bad news, especially when you're having a fight and one of you goes down and you have to wait for them to res. Luckily, there are only a few teams left now. There's only, believe 3 teams left besides us. Yeah, only 3 teams left besides us, and they're fighting over in the small town. So it's basically a case of us going there.
I could quickly go up there and throw my ultimate and then jump back down.
Yeah, as you can hear then, what I wanted to do, I wanted the Pathfinder to put his zip line up to the tower in the town so I could throw my ultimate quickly, but our teammate decided to push ahead anyway, slowly, so kind of had no choice but to push as well. There is actually a Watson fence on top, so I thought there might be more enemies, but it seems as though maybe the Watson fence was an earlier thing. I throw my ultimate as a way to push the enemy off the tower because, as I said earlier, the enemies have the advantage when they have the high ground. And I need to get them off, otherwise this would be a tough fight for us. And my teammate's gone down, so I make the choice to go and revive him. He's behind a rock, luckily, and watch this now. See, I slide and I nearly end up out on the other side of the rock. Which, if the enemy was sniping, then they could have shot me. Now I throw this down because not only is there an enemy artillery strike coming, but so my friend can actually heal himself without worrying about the enemy shooting at him. If the enemy pushed him while he was healing, he could at least get on the other side of the shield and keep going in and out. See, this kill annoyed me because I was trying to do it with the SMG and I switched to my 301 and I messed up. I should have carried on the SMG, but I got the kill. I think our teammate just killed one of them, or they died somehow. No, from the feed it looks as though the other enemy killed them. So I'm looting up quickly, and my friend's telling me that he's actually dead on the other side of the wall because he somehow got sniped again. I actually panicked at this point. I revived my teammate, but then I thought I wouldn't be able to get out at all. But luckily I managed to, and our teammate just went down again. I was on the mic all the time as well, talking to everyone. In a minute, I actually tell my teammate to move to where the enemy is because it's hard for me to see him, and I'm blind. So, but he's moving towards him already, even before I tell him. So he's actually doing well as a teammate. He's making sure that we know where the enemy is, so that we don't get caught out. So we make the final push, and our teammate comes in and gets a kill. So it was only one enemy at the end. As you can see, we got the win, and this is how I like to do it. This is how I like to play as Gibraltar. Throw my ultimate a lot of times, throw my shield down when needed. But we weren't aided by the ring this time. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and leave a comment, like, subscribe, and all that. And have a good day. Bye.